Iaith yr oesoedd yw'r iaith Cymraeg. It's more than a language. It ties generations of Welsh people together.
Mae'n allweddol. Ac dwi'n meddwl bod o'n un o'r pethau sy'n neud yn nghalon i dicio. Dwi'm yn gwybod os sa ni fel cenedl yn gallu bod mor gry ac mor ddiwylliedig heb yr iaith.
The Welsh language has been seen as this tool of hostility towards the English, when it should have been seen as a tool of empowerment. It's a beautiful language, and it makes me incredibly ashamed to say that I don't speak Welsh.
In 1911, the year of the investiture of the Prince of Wales at Carnarvon Castle, a ceremony partly conducted in Welsh, less than half the people living in Wales spoke the Welsh language. Much of this was a consequence of mass migration from the other nations of the Union. But many people in Wales traced the decline of their language back to Victorian reformers who had drafted a report that had characterised the Welsh language as a problem and the English language as the solution.
And this is one of the most iconic documents in Welsh history. In Wales, it's known as the Blue Books, but the official title was Reports of the Commissioners of Inquiry into the State of Education in Wales.
So this is from 1847?
1847. So a question is asked in Parliament, what can we do to help the Welsh people learn English so they can become more like the rest of us, essentially? And 3 commissioners are sent to Wales. They were all upper middle class English lawyers. They didn't speak Welsh.
What do the commissioners think only being able to speak Welsh is doing to the people of Wales?
They felt it was removing them from civilization, but also that it was holding them back economically, that it was impossible for anybody who didn't speak English to make it up the social ladder. I mean, they say things like this. In the works, the Welsh workman never finds his way into the office. He never becomes either clerk or agent. He may become an overseer or a subcontractor, but this does not take him out of the labouring class and put him into the administering class.
So they're talking about social mobility.
Exactly. And to be honest, that's not entirely unfair, because to speak English was something that enabled you to get on. But there's another level to this as well, that they don't understand the culture of the Welsh language. They want people in Wales to learn English and drop Welsh. Whereas what people in Wales, I think, wanted was to learn English and essentially to become bilingual.
And to remain culturally Welsh.
Exactly. There was no appreciation that the language mattered to people because it was the language of their family, the language of their home. So it looks down upon the Welsh language. And, here's probably the most infamous phrase. The Welsh language is a vast drawback to Wales and a manifold barrier to the moral progress and commercial prosperity of the people. It's not easy to overestimate its evil effects.
Its evil effects?
Yeah. And that phrase did hit home. And then those prejudicial attitudes, which were repeated in the street, were repeated by teachers often, that combined with the economic advantages of speaking English, that leads to parents taking the decision to raise their children in English.
I think very few people outside of Wales have heard of these Blue Books. Are they still remembered in Wales?
Of all the things that happened in Welsh history, this is one of the most famous, and lots of people in the street could tell you about the Blue Books.